Hello friends, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna learn the syntaxes of the code, that how the code is being written. And before we start the lesson, don't forget to subscribe our channel, click on the ring button and like this video. And let's start the lesson. First, if you have an element in our HTML, for example, let's write paragraph and write something inside it, for example, hello world. And let's go to the CSS to call this element. First we will call this element, for example, is paragraph, and after that you will open the curly braces, this one, and then you will write the code between curly braces. The code consists of two parts. First part is property and the second part is the value. For example, we have the color. This is the property, and let's give it the value. Let's choose the red and enter. This is the property and this is the value. And between the property and the value, you have to write this colon. And if you want to make two changes or more than two on this element, for example, if I want to make 2 or 3 changes on this element, this paragraph, so you have to close the first one by semicolon. Without using semicolon, it will cause error in your website, of course. So if I don't have the semicolon here and I want to make another change on this element, for example, let's change the size of our font and let's give it the value. Let's choose 15 pixels. How you see here, it says there is a problem because here I didn't use the semicolon. Let's use the semicolon if the problem will fix or not. This is semicolon and the problem fixed, and now we have no problem. So after that, let's learn how to call the elements in the CSS. How to call HTML elements in the CSS. First, we have an attribute we write inside the element first part, the start of the element, which is called the class. And you will give it any name. For example, let's give it the test. And let's go to the CSS to call this function. If I give it the class, you will write in the CSS dot and you will write the name of the class. What is the name of our class? It is test. Let's copy the name of our class and paste it here. And let's make changes on this one. For example, color, let's choose red, enter, and let's go to the live server to see the result, if the class working with us or not. How you see, it shows for me hello world in the red color. And we have another attribute we will write inside elements to call through it the HTML elements. Let's write something inside here, for example, ymaxtick, and let's give it the attribute. Our attribute is ID. ID, you will give it any name. It is same the class. Let's give it the name, for example, user. And let's go to the CSS to call this element through ID. So when you write ID, if you want to call an element through ID, you will write the hash, this symbol, and then you write the name of the ID. What is the name of ID? Is user. Let's copy the name of user and go to CSS, paste it and open the curly braces. let's make some changes. Let's choose color blue, and let's go to see the result, if it working with us, if the ID working with us or not. How you see it right for me, Waymax tick in blue color. And this is how class and ID works. This is class, the name is test, you will write in the first part of the element, and this is the ID is same of the class. And now you learn how to write your codes, and you learn how to call elements from HTML. And here we finished our lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, click on the ring button, like this video, and share the video with your friends. And thank you so much for listening.